Compliments of the season, and welcome to the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, a program sponsored by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to keep you up to date with happenings in Nigeria's agricultural sector and the strides of the ministry towards maximizing the potentials of the sector. I'm Gabriel Ojile. In our last episode, we brought to you the prospect of dry season farming in Nigeria and the efforts of government to combine rain-fed and dry season agriculture to produce more food in the country. In this episode, we are focusing on the impact of dry season farming on food production and job creation. But before then, let us take the news from the agencies under the ministry. Keep watching. In our diary tonight, Nigeria Institute of Soil Science urges state governments to upskill extension services. Also, Nigeria Agricultural Insurance Corporation harps on agricultural insurance. Details will come your way after this short break. The Nigeria Institute of Soil Science has called on state governments across the country to strengthen agricultural extension services in their various states for farmers to understand modern agricultural practice for optimal soil management and crop production. The head of Planning, Research, Extension and Statistics, Nigeria Institute of Soil Science, Ojapa Agatha Christie, stated this in an interview with our correspondent in Abuja. Ojapa said that for Nigeria to have total transformation in her agricultural sector and boost food production, government at all levels, especially state governments, must consider prioritizing extension services for farmers to be properly educated on modern agricultural practice.
Presently, this federal government, under the administration of Buhari, is trying to look at how to bring about food security in Nigeria. So, and without extension, we cannot achieve this. Because they are the ones that are in contact, direct contact with our farmers. And when you look at Nigeria, it's these smallholder farmers that produce the bulk of the food that the populace consume. So without them being attended to. So I will call on the state government as much as possible. They should have allocation for extension. When they allocate to agric, they should make sure that they think of extension out of agric, not just agric as a whole. Because when you say agric, they might divert the resources to other parts of agric and neglect extension.
In a bid to secure investments in the agribusiness amidst the uncertainty of climate change, the Nigeria Agricultural Insurance Corporation, NIC, has advised farmers and other stakeholders in agribusiness to insure their farms with the corporation. Speaking in an interview with our correspondent in Abuja, the managing director of the corporation, Folashade Joseph, stated that farmers and other stakeholders in the agricultural value chain need to secure their investment by insuring with NIC. Folashade added that insuring farms with NIC is the best way a farmer can stay in business when there is any uncertainty on investment in the sector.
We're encouraging all farmers actually across the agric business. It's not just production, we're talking about also processing, even transport, storage, to please insure with NIC. Insurance, as low as the penetration may be in Nigeria, shouldn't be so. It's the bedrock of any investment. When you insure, at least you are sure that the business cannot fail.
All what we did here is mechanized.
It's back to land, back to agriculture.
I can supply the milk factories for milk.
That's the new norm for employment and for wealth creation. Get your piece of the action.
Before farming, we will spread the manure.
There to take on agribusiness.
They have been working in terms of making sure they give us new breeds.
Seize the opportunity you have been waiting for. Watch Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, showing every Friday at 8:30 p.m. on the NTA network service.
Agriculture remains a sure bet in addressing unemployment in Nigeria. This is because the agricultural value chain has the capacity to engage millions of Nigerians. In our next segment, Record of the FDA, we are focusing on the impact of dry season farming on food production and job creation. Keep watching and get inspired.
Agriculture is the largest employer of labor in Nigeria. Over 70% of Nigerians are involved in one form of agriculture or the other. The percentage of people in the rural areas involved in agriculture is higher, with about 90% of the rural population involved in farming. Due to this fact and other reasons, most of the food consumed by the over 200 million Nigerian population is produced in the rural areas. However, Nigeria still relies majorly on rain-fed agriculture. When the rain stops, many young people migrate to the urban areas in search of work. This is most noticeable in the north, as a large percentage of young people move out to urban centers to hawk, become cobblers, commercial motorcycle riders, among others. On the other hand, where dry season farming is visibly practiced, it would stand as a panacea for rural-urban migration and for curbing social vices through job creation.
Most of the areas that practice dry season farming, you will never see their boys going out of that area to look for anything outside. Once the dry season farming is there, you see, as I was telling you, it influences a lot of people, directly or indirectly. Now, if you go to where the practice is done, particularly that area where they use water to form water, if you go there, you will see small kids selling food, groundnut, awara, all the food that people need there, they go there to sell it.
The federal government is tirelessly working to make farming more attractive to youths, thereby reducing youth unemployment and migration.
When you expand your land for cultivation, you are literally or directly creating more employment for the people. Because if you are not cultivating 1 hectare and you decide to expand to 2 hectares, you need more hands to be able to cultivate. And as I told you earlier, we have now introduced a program specifically for the youth that will attract them into agriculture by making the agricultural production attractive.
Farming all year round is capable of taking a lot of Nigerians from the scourge of unemployment. The federal government, through the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, is doing quite a lot to create more direct and indirect jobs along the dry season farming. For the communities along the Hadeja-Jumare River Basin Authority, a lot of Nigerians who would have been without work are productively engaged through dry season farming.
Most of the rice fields, you don't use hoe to weed. You use manpower to uproot the weeds. You will see able men and women there getting job to do the work. Then within few days to come, you will see them. They are the one that will cultivate and then trash and then winnow the rice. So the drift from the rural to urban area has drastically gone down.
Due to the jobs available in the agricultural sector and for food security, the ministry is making plans to further support farmers with agricultural inputs and irrigation facilities. In doing this, the manufacturers, businessmen, the farmers and the laborers will have more productive life and the nation's economy will be better. To make this happen, farmers are advised to form clusters to access government facilities.
We want farmers to have production clusters so that they can easily be reached and the inputs supplied to them. And of course, they can leverage on common facilities that the ministry can provide.
So they can give us a certain kind of training And even some, they give us donation, you know, the federal government definitely. Even recently, we get some donation from the federal government. I myself specifically, I get seed, rice seed, recommended, high yield variety, you know. And then I get water from recently. So the federal government is trying, definitely. Minister of Agriculture.
Dry season farming facilitates significant percentage of rice produce in Nigeria. Hadeja Jumare River Basin in Jigawa is very instrumental in enhancing food production and job creation.
If I can remember very well, I think the output they reported as far as rice is concerned is about 7 million metric ton. I can assure you, Hadeja Jumare is contributing almost 20% of that 7 million metric ton. Almost 20%. Because we have 11 irrigation projects. We are managing the 2 largest irrigation projects in Nigeria. Kano River and Hadeja Bali irrigation projects are the 2 largest. The next is Bakulori irrigation project, which is under Sokoto Rima.
Dry season farming supports different crop types, ranging from grains, cereals, vegetables, and other types of food crops. While dry season farming provides jobs for farmers, it also provides a means of livelihood for the marketers and others in the agricultural value chain. In our next segment, Partnership for Development, we are focusing on testimonials of how dry season farming has improved livelihoods of farmers, traders, and those along the agricultural value chain. Sit back, watch, and be inspired by their success stories.
We'll try to avoid any chemical form of fertilizer or anything.
So from this place, what we learn here, that is what we take to our
I hope you are following the normal procedure of feeding. We'll be fascinated seeing things moving.
Rice Farmers Association Kano branch is one of the farmers associations that has over the years benefited greatly from dry season farming. With the input support system of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development in collaboration with the River Basin Authority, the members of Rice Farmers Association Rifan in Kano State are reaping a bumper harvest and creating jobs along the value chain.
As you see this area, we have more than 3,000 hectares, all in a cluster, only within area. Within cluster, as a cluster, you see it. Okay. Yes, and at least the lowest, the minimum farmer get is half hectare. And he gets about, say, 30 bags. 30 bags of produce after harvest. At least for this 30, this half hectare. And you see this kind of high yielding variety, and with this one, sometimes we get, say, 80 bags per hectare.
At the individual level, our crew came across a young rice farmer, Umar Adamu, who is a graduate of accounting but embraced dry season farming. He shares with us why he chooses to be a farmer.
I have learned it. I inherit the farming. So that is why I look around and I see all those people who did education, who obtained a degree or NCE, they does not have a job. So that is why I did my education, a part of accounting education, that is business education, ourselves. So that is why I have the zeal, I have the opportunity, I have the interest to be a self-reliance, to defend myself, to take some people to be under me, not the government to give me a job.
With determination, Umar has become a young millionaire through dry season farming, as his harvest has grown from having 30 bags of rice in 4 months to having 250 bags from his farm in 4 months. From the profits Umar made from dry season farming, the young rice farmer has been able to build this befitting accommodation for himself and his wife. He could not hold his breath than to give his advice to other Nigerian youths to take advantage of the dry season farming instead of waiting for white-collar jobs that are not available in the country.
I am calling all those kind of our friends where we were obtain degree together with them. They are staying jobless. They are sitting around the street. They are looking for us to come and give them a 200 or even 50 naira if they see me. So I am calling them to come and form another group of association, form an educated association to manage this kind of farming. It's only the way out in this nation.
The story of dry season farming is similar in Gamsarka community, a ward under Auyo local government area of Jigawa state. Blessed with a developed irrigable land of over 5,000 hectares. In this community, farming is an all-year-round activity. Ilya Musa Gamsarka and this group of young men provide a critical service in the rice farming cycle, and they are making a good living as they farm all year round. Musa has also tasted life in the urban center as a commercial motorcycle rider. He says there's no comparison between both worlds. His co-laborers agree.
Honestly, because of the gains in dry season farming, I don't have the intention of going back to the city again. I was going there as an Okada rider, then I realized that dry season farming is better than Okada. Since then, I have been home focusing on farming, and the result has been a good one for myself and my family.
I don't know any place to go to. I grew up in Kano. I don't know anything throughout my life except farming and business. I visited Taraba and Niger State, but returned home to focus attention on my major preoccupation, dry season farming.
Stories like Musa's abound. Communities with established irrigation schemes are lending credence to the claim that when farmers can engage themselves all year round, quite a number of social problems are addressed, including rural-urban migration.
In the past, I used to go to places like Kaduna, Abuja, Lagos, and many others to earn a living. At the end of the day, I realized that the benefits in the dry season farming are greater, and that informs why I don't go anywhere now.
This farm cluster situated at Ambarke village in Makoda local government area of Kano State comprises of about 1,000 hectares of irrigable land, which is being cultivated by about 1,000 farmers from Ambarke village and other neighboring communities. The farmers engage in different farming activities all year round to produce food and vegetables. Young people who have left the village to other states over the years have since returned to the land because they can practice dry season farming.
Yes, I used to migrate to other parts of the country like Benue and Oyo as an Okada rider, but now I am into dry season farming. I farm pepper and rice, so I no longer have a desire to go anywhere seeking for a job because we have all the potentials in dry season farming to earn money and make our lives better.
Alhaji Sanusi Garba Ahmed Makoda is the chairman of Towax Rice Farmers Association, a full-time farmer. Sanusi Garba says dry season farming is the solution to rural-urban migration in Nigeria.
Indeed, dry season farming is a solution to rural-urban migration. We are so grateful to God for all the success and blessings we have in dry season farming. Apart from my family, even my neighbors are benefiting a lot from this farming. So we don't need to leave our families to go to other places in search for a job.
There are specific markets that thrive on the produce from dry season farming. This market in Kano is one of them. Alu, Mustafa, and others in the marketing chain have collaboration with dry season farmers to off-take their produce as soon as it is ready.
Normally during Hamatan season, it's the season of the items. When the items it's available at the farms, we used to call them. If they plant the vegetables, we may know that they have so supplies has these types of. We'll ask them that we need to. We want you to supply us like beetroot, parsley, and the rest. When they supply us here, we'll come and wash it. We have some boys that are washing it. They will wash it for us, and we will come and arrange it like the way you see it here.
Through these vegetables and fruits marketing, Mustafa and some young Nigerians have been able to take care of their family needs. Here, no one is too young to make money.
Sometime, like a boy, those boys that are carrying when you buy, they will follow you carry your bags. Sometime one of them, sometime a day, a boy like small boy, you can get like 2,000, 1,500, even sometimes 3,000.
No doubt, dry season farming holds a lot of benefits for Nigeria and Nigerians. Farmers who have become all-year-round businessmen continue to laud the potentials in dry season farming, urging more Nigerians to venture into it. Let us hear more from the farmers in our next segment, Farmers Speak.
Because of the dry season farming, we are not going anywhere. I am satisfied with what I am getting from dry season farming. I can take care of my family and even offer jobs to other people.
I had been into urban centers in the past to do my businesses, but now I engage in both rain and dry season farming. I am grateful to God because I have achieved a lot. I can earn at least 2,000 naira daily, which is enough for me to take care of my family.
Sugarcane refers to several species and hybrids of tall perennial grasses that are used for sugar production. They belong to the economically important flowering plant family that includes maize, wheat, rice, sorghum, and many forage crops. It is native to the warm temperate to tropical regions of India, Southeast Asia, New Guinea, and some other parts of Africa. It accounts for 79% of sugar produced. Most of the rest is made from sugar beets. Sugarcane juice is alkaline in nature because of the high concentration of calcium, magnesium, potassium, iron, and manganese, which helps prevent diseases like cancer that cannot survive in alkaline environment. Thus, it is useful in fighting various types of cancer, such as prostate and breast cancer. Sugarcane has other benefits such as aiding digestion, heart disease prevention, weight loss, and for treating skin imperfections. Sugarcane is the world's largest crop by production quantity, with 1.8 billion tons produced in 2017, and Brazil accounting for 40% of global production. In 2012, the Food and Agriculture Organization estimated it was cultivated on about 26 million hectares, which is 64 million acres, in more than 90 countries of the world. That same year, Africa cultivated 1.2 million hectares of sugarcane, producing 72.1 million metric tons as a result. Notable sugarcane producing countries in tropical Africa are Mauritius, Kenya, Sudan, Zimbabwe, Madagascar, Cote d'Ivoire, Ethiopia, Malawi, Zambia, Tanzania, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Zaire. Nigeria is a big producer of the sugarcane with a land potential of over 500,000 hectares of suitable cane fields, capable of producing over 3 million metric tons of sugarcane. Nigeria's sugarcane production hovered around 1.42 million tons in 2018, a slight reduction from 1.49 million tons the previous year. Much of northern Nigeria, including states like Kwara, Kaduna, Jigawa, Adamawa, and Sokoto, supports sugarcane cultivation provided water for irrigation is available.
Dry season farming no doubt has impacted positively in the lives of farmers and by extension in food security of the nation. However, more needs to be done. Therefore, all hands must be on deck to embrace dry season farming to ensure all year-round food production. This truly is the way to go. I hope you have been inspired. Keep a date with us, same time, same station, next week for another episode. Compliments of the season once again, and see you next week.